this idea from Mongolia, like we want to go with this sustained lineup. That's why they locked in the floor in. So if you're Kazakhstan, how do you deal with
matchup we're seeing draft-wise? They have more ways of answering the problems early on.
Well, here we go. It's down to this in the first, a best of 3. The team that loses will be sent out. It's a Mongolia and Kazakhstan. Who takes the series here?
The fight might just break out. They're just looking on the positioning of Ethan right now. He's trying to get vision. Florian and Angela just meeting on the orange. It's just like, okay, somebody's here. Just like trying to get a hang of where is the junglers right now, because as of this point, Mongolia's Frederick or Cesara is farming through, and this is just the case of the Angela. She could just be anywhere with the focusing mark. It gives extra damage. So by just being near the pressure of Kinesis, it's an additional damage that you might get not being using any skills. It's just an advantage.
The threat there is going to be difficult to deal with. Okay, so there was already a first blood. Ethan was the one that grabbed it, by the way. Hold on, Red's going to be in trouble.
Whoa, this is only about Flash. That's 2 jumps. 2 flickers committed by Aizen and Red. He was eyeing to take down Red though. But
they can still do quite a bit of pressure in these lanes. 30 seconds away from that first turtle. So as we get back into the game, you can already see it, right? Things setting into place here.
Yeah, Mongolia ahead by a few gold. Now Bebex as well poking out Aleem. Same on HP, almost half. We're looking at Leslie versus Claude now. Just by securing that objective, speed of pressure that you've mentioned earlier, Mongolia has eyes on Kinesis, just pulling them off. And Mongolia just wants coverage here right in the first turtle of the game. Cesara though is trying to poke in and putting the turtle right on their side. Kinesis as well. Retributions both ready. We have magic shoes picked up by Red, and more cooldown reduction for this Navarro. Look at the knock-up from that penalty zone. They take out one. Kinesis falls down. Ethan flickers out for safety. Kazakh as well is not letting him go. Bravest fighter would answer for the damage. And now coverage onto the turtle. Who gets it? And it's Cesara for Mongolia. Objective is secured now. Kashi might be not in a good position. They secure a kill out. Aleem, just 2 gold laners up top, poking out each other, and now objective-wise, it's with Mongolia.
That was massive for Mongolia, man. Not only did they get the turtle, they got a couple of kills there too, and it went into Aizen's hands. That is huge.
Massive.
On someone who is known for this Tariza play. He's gonna go one-on-one though.
Oh, look at that. HP just dropping down. Kazakh use a flicker, and Kazakh falls down. Oh, no, Aizen falls down. Completely confusing with the sun there. Yeah, just completely heated up action in XP lane.
Interesting that Aizen actually decided to, stay with that. Ethan's in trouble now.
Ethan, oh, that is just a complete help. If you have this Angela, you can just have this confidence with moving through, just poke Evident out of the enemy. Heart Guard, Love Waves, that's 2 skills just running over. Okay, Aizen is back. Again, from the EXP lane, he's not letting Kazakh go as they cut down lanes. Kashi, on the other hand, trying to make Forbid out of his comfort zone. 45 seconds to the next objective, and Cesarus has spoken the hell out of Red, and a Praiser's Wrath connecting and secures a kill for Mongolia.
Getting the close-up action here, and as the game progresses, though, I gotta say, Kazakhstan's still holding their own. They're finding their own little wins where they can, and I think that's what's important here, right? Now, as it leads in to this next turtle, that's crucial, right? They don't want to just give that up or have the similar situation that happened before where not only did they give up the turtle, they gave up a couple kills too, and you can see the pressure still trying to force Kinesis back here. They really want to control the space around this second turtle. Heart Guard, though, comes through.
Yeah, that's getting annoying. The Heart Guard and the Love Waves. Now Kinesis has eyes on Sora. Look at the damage. Will it pull through, though? Will it pierce through? Cesara, Pacer's Wrath just used by, again, Ethan and Forbid with the team up aiding Cesara, but now Turtle now is ready for take, and Kinesis, though, dropped just from the eyes of Forbid, and Aleem trying to suffice with the damage, but Ethan as well has great coverage on this turtle, and Cesara, Aizen, and Ethan freely secures this objective.
Once again, it's a bloodbath. They're still going to be going, though. Kashi is in trouble here. A couple hits away, will go down. Kazakh, though.
Well, the action just keeps on flowing right now. Kazakh up against 2. Here comes Red Astral Echo now being used. Much more larger hitbacks for Kazakh. Now used for reinforcement. They now poke the hell out of Zora. Will he get the purple though? Okay, there's just contention right over the objectives right now. It's just 5 minutes. Heartguard continues to show here to help Kinesics to chase him down. Zora will be caged down in this pit. Now here comes the response right onto the Gloom. 2 members being trapped. That's the appraise threat connecting, but Kazakh using to be the bravest fighter, but the penalties are right from the back. Aizen, look at the damage falling down. The spell bomb as well. It's bravest fighter for the counter. Now Red as well might go down, but that's just a complete peel. They felt it. They felt it through piercing on their defenses.
I can't believe Kinesis and Red got away with a sliver of health like that. That was such a good penalty zone from Aizen, but also just how much re-engage and engage they have. And now with all that happened in the past couple minutes, plus this turret going down, they further the gold lead 4,000 ahead here of Kazakhstan. So at this point, again, your backs are against the wall for Kazakhstan. They've got to be able to get what they need on the right players here. And look at this, the focus right on Kazakh. He might be in trouble.
Wow.
Depends how they play around this.
Look at the shots coming in from Bebex. Kazakh falls down. Kaji as well for a bit. Is not letting him go. Wow. Onto the stun and to the slow for a bit is right onto the turret of Kazakh. And now Kinesis as well trying to get for reinforcement. Ethan and 3 members of Mongolia are ready to fight. Aizen though in the positioning, man, the massive plays coming in from that penalty zone is just completely devastating for Kazakhstan. Now completely holding it through. 4 members of Mongolia here. Kashi's looking for an angle right on the back. Penalty zone doing 3 things. Wow, sustaining more of this spell down, making it work. Kinesis though, ultimate snipe! Covering the defenses through 2 bodies from Kazakhstan.
Already whittling down the members here, so we're jumping back into the game, and you can see it, right? Once again, Kazakhstan down quite a bit of gold here, nearly a 4,000 or 5,000 gold. They're probably going to have to give up this turtle as they do. ZXORA able to secure it. That's 3 for 3 now.
Frederick is just so effective right now, in even on the prio draft, just being in the utility. Wait, hold that thought. Kinesis might fall down here. Kashi for the defense, offering, using his body for the last hit for Kinesis to fall, but Ethan secures the kill. Now following up with a kill, Kazakh.
Look at the placement too, ZXORA.
Oh, he got stunned. Kazakh might use an ultimate to escape. Yeah, bravest fight's being committed. Aizen though, 2-man penalty zone, but Bebex with the killing spree. Snipe hurts so much that they are forced to go back to the base. Now 4 members here trying to clear up some waves here. Defenses might be the target now of Mongolia to get more of the resources out of Kazakhstan. We have eyes on mid. Now coverage-wise, defenses are now falling short. 3 kills, 3 deaths rather onto Kinesis. We have 2 this on Kazakh, even Aleem, even for the quad. How's the damage department now?
The damage department right now is getting even more grim. Like we said with Aleem, he is struggling, not exactly where he needs to be just yet. And they're looking to collapse down on Kazakhstan anywhere they want to. Whether it was tier 1, tier 2 turrets, they're finding plays where they need to. I mean, even Forbid, taking the decimate here just shows once again how far ahead they are, right? Leading into that first Lord is going to be crucial for them. And I just think it's better at this point. Kazakhstan doesn't even contest that first Lord, right? Just give it up, farm up. You have to get these items on Aleem. Red is also just picking up this Ice Queen wand, right? We're at the almost the 9-minute mark here. So it's getting very, very difficult for them to really find wins in these team fights. Now,
speaking of finding, look at that, Akashi. Yeah, off-cam kill that Aizen just takes him out.
That's even to build up what I was saying there. It's getting grim, right? And Kazakhstan is falling further and further behind here. 7,000 gold now, right? The difference. Just give up this Lord. It's going to go in the hands of Mongolia unless some miracle happens. But that's most likely not the case. That is just a golden staff being picked up here. 9.5 minutes in. You gotta park Kazakh where you can. He's pushing in that bottom tier 1, and then he's gonna have to be there for the team, right? He has to be there for this defense once this Lord marches in.
Yeah. Now 14-5, advantage gold-wise. It's with Mongolia. Love what you said, the XP laner from Kazakhstan is rather making a bit of a progress going for the push. Again, we have a Lord marching down bottom. You need to cover your tracks on if you want to get into a team fight, might as well clear up lanes so you can focus more on having a chance, as you say. How will they even have a glimpse of hope in team fights. So one way or another, they need to solve a problem for just in the lanes and just commit to something once team fights just happen. But the problem, they could actually use it against them. Since Kashi now has no ultimate, there's no way of responding with the Heart Guard yet. So now they're putting themselves right in the protection of their own base.
Not only that, that's an endless battle being picked up here by Bebek, so the damage is going to hurt even more from the side of Mongolia. Lord will be made work of, though, but they lose a little bit of health on these turrets. The shield's also expended. So right now, Mongolia happy with that. They're going to go ahead and take the resources as well from Kazakhstan, as now the gold deficit has garnered up to 10,000 gold.
Did they get it?
No,
No.
Forbid got it. Forbid got it there, and again, at this point, OSX, and you know that it's down to this game, this match for your tournament lives here. What type of miracle can Kazakhstan do to stay into this?
Wow. The items right now, Naisu, looking at 2 blade armors, 1 dominance ice, and also Oracle. A lot of sustain is actually in the toolkit of Mongolia right now. On the other hand, we're looking at damage support. We have DHS, we have Golden Staff. Yeah, we have the Bloodlust Axe, but it's for me it's not enough yet. You need to take to a later stage of the game for you to have a bounce back in team fights. But now ultimate of Forbid has copied the ultimate of Kinesis. So there's a catch, there's immunity, and you have Necklace of Durance for Kashi. Something to aid with the magic defense reduction. That's the flicker onto the combo with the penalty zone. Kinesis just forced to even fight against Zora, but now being immobilized, Kazakh used the Reaper's Fire to take down Aizen. Right onto the base, Zora. 2 members committed right onto the base of Kazakhstan.
That's a win for them, right? Granted how things have been falling into place, they even get Bebex on the run, flickering out. Red's still in the hunt, though. Might land a couple more shots. Oh, Kazakh going in.
Oh no, Ethan now being trouble, being caught. That is the love waves. Being stunned, he can't use any of the dashes out, but now Forbid is forbidding themselves even to commit to more kills. 3 members out, same score, but that is just Kazakhstan finding windows.
There was some hope there, right, for things to turn around, and I feel like they should have pulled back. They got a little overzealous, they overcommitted there, and now what this translates to is another Lord, right? They're gonna have to give it up. That's a Wind of Nature being picked up by Bebex now as well. He's pretty much fully item locked for the most part where he needs to be. A Divine Glaive now too in the hands of Forbid here. This is going to be a push into the base for Mongolia, and what they will do is continue to get these inhibitors down, most likely fully exposing it. Kazakhstan finding what they can around the map. They finally get that tier 1 down. Again, in the top side, they're still trying to find what they can, but still, ultimately, what they have to do is defend this base push and hope something amazing happens, right? The previous defense was a success. Granted, they were down 10,000 gold, and they made something happen, right? Great, but they overcommitted, and they might get punished here as they prime up. That's also immortality for Aizen now. He's going to try to emulate what he did before. 4 seconds away from the flicker, he's got the penalty zone available.
Now will this be the final defense of Kazakhstan? That's a Lord taking down a turret up top. Now members of Mongolia here ready to take down a strike out of Kazakhstan, but how will they defend? Damage-wise, Claude has now the corrosion side. 3 core items here for this marksman that could actually aid more of their setups. But will it be enough though? The Kines almost dropping out. 3/4 of HP from the damage of Bebex alone. And the tower falls down and completely taken all of the defenses now. Mongolia is trying to open up the base here. Kazakh is trying to bite down Ethan. But now with this kind of setup, how will they go through this? That's the knock. A 3-man penalty zone on to Kazakhstan. Now Mongolia has a free range to taking down 1 EXP later, still safe. Going back to the base. Now Red is on half HP. Ethan though falling low. Now forced to use that gloom. Now will this be just the inevitable being delayed? Aleem go back to the base to restore some HP. Now Kashi takes up the Ice Queen one.
Still trying to finish it here. I mean, they're holding hunt right now, even without Kinesis. Still able to go 4 versus 5 for now, and it looks like they defend successfully, holding on to their life in this tournament. Now, did it just delay the inevitable? We'll have to find out, but you can say that Kazakhstan has the clear they need. They have damage as well. But in that moment, you think it's going to end with Mongolia capping out that game. It was a 3 or 4 man penalty zone from Eisen, and they still couldn't finish just yet. So at this point, we're again 30 seconds away from the Lord. I just don't see Kazakhstan making their way there to go and contest that. It just would be better if they continue to try to stay in their base here. But really, do they have enough yet? Aleem, that is the question. Does he have the items he needs? He's got the Demon Hunter Sword. He's got the Corrosive Scythe. He has the Golden Staff. He's still working on that 4th one. But that's the thing. Can you have enough damage to deal with that, right? And it looks like, look at the placements here.
Yeah.
They're covering their bases.
Oh, yeah. They need more protection this time around. Lord is up. Zora is looking for an opening here on who's out of the defense here, but 4 members present onto the L bush. Still looking for an avenue. Now onto the positioning. We are seeing Mongolia just securing more of their coverage. Astral Echo now being used, but Kinesis now trying to poke in Eisen. Okay, let's see who's going to pop in first. Okay, slowly but sure, that's the Gloom being used by Ethan. Now what's the comeback? What's the follow-up? No, Lord has been reset, but onto the back lines. Sora now might fall down. Kinesis not letting him go. That's the kill secured by Aleem. Now Kazakhstan as well is following up for a recovery from that takedown, but this time around it's Mongolia trying to invade. All hands on deck to finally take down another member of Kazakhstan, but the recovery just right onto the base pushed them back for defense once again.
Okay, they're not going to go for the Lord here. They just want to end it, right? Mongolia knows they took down 2 members. It's a 3 versus 4 here. And right now, Kazakhstan's still holding on. The poke is too much. And they get called back. They're down their jungler, so they couldn't commit to the Lord take just yet because Kinesis is still up. So now Mongolia has to decide, what do we do? Do we set up? Do we wait for CXOR to come through? They're going to go ahead and start it up, whittle it down a little bit, but like they said, they got to be careful. It looks like Kazakhstan has no choice but to wait there, clear their base. They're making their way here to the Lord, but they're going to be a little bit too late.
Wow, Kinesis just protecting Kazakh and Red. Meanwhile, Eisen here just being up front for everybody for Mongolia. Told you, he's not used to Ferren being in EXP. He needs more of the action just right on his hands.
Yeah, he at this point, once again, like I said, it's dire, right? It's still dire for Kazakhstan, but can they defend it, right? This is now what, the third Lord. It's 20-9. Okay, so the scoreboard at the top did freeze a little bit here, and so granted that though. Oh, all right, we're gonna take a look at the replay here. There was a push into the base too. That was that setup with that 4-man penalty zone here. Here's the push.
Will this be the end for Kazakhstan? But they're not letting go of the chance here. But the Lord trying to push through with the mini waves. With Ethan though, half HP, but Kinesis now being forced to go back to the base to recover, but being stunned and committing to another ultimate. Wow, they still live another chance here. Kazakhstan still holding it through. There's minions pushing in. Kinesis clearing out the waves here. Wow. Still a chance. This is just complete discipline, the mindset of not giving up just yet.
This is impressive, right? Kazakhstan able to hold on now, multiple Lords marching into the base here. It's nearly 20 minutes in the game. There we go. It's 20-9. And they're down 13,000 gold. They're still making plays, though. That is just how decisive they are. Heartguard now used on Aleem. They're going for it.
Oh, speaking of going for it, now they're forced now to attack. Kinesis, though, is going on half HP. Look at the pokes coming in for a bid. Just dashing through. Kinesis and also members, they use up their immortality. Now Kazakh is forced back. It's just team fights. Poking each other out and see who makes the wrong move.
Man, hats off to Kazakhstan here, because given how far behind they were, look at that. They're still a threat here to Mongolia. And Mongolia has to respect the damage that they have. Not only that, but you can see it, right? Working through some of those immortalities, working through the damage, and also at the same time, you know, it's great. Finally, Aleem has that Malefic Aurora as well, and they can work around that, right? At the same time, it's gonna come down to that again. Another Lord 30 seconds away. They have to keep these lanes under control, pushing into the base. They don't have any of the base turrets. And can they keep it together? Because at one moment, if they get cut off, especially from Aizen, he looks like we are going to be jumping right back in. So again, 20 minutes into this, Lord 15 seconds away. The decision here is, does Kazakhstan commit to this? Do they contest this? Do they wait in their base? Those are the questions they have to answer, because Lord is now evolved, and this one's gonna hurt. Like, because honestly, if you just give this one away, the defense is gonna be even harder. And that's why you see them trying to find a possibility here if they can. They know it comes down to this, and immortalities are up here for Mongolia. They have to be careful how they approach it. They're trying to get vision. That's what Red's trying to do, popping those astral recalls out. Bebex also planning himself here on this left side of the Lord. There, he spotted out. The vision provided. Lord, now they go in. Kinesis.
Kinesis with the Asher Aura being taunted by Cizora. Two-man knock-up here with the response of the hard guard. Kazakh has now ultimate onto Bebex as well as Cizora, but the damage will be enough. No, it won't. Cizora takes down Aleem. Now members of Kazakhstan are forced to respond. Cizora now is being used to have a way to take on Kazakh, but he's just bought time for his team. While the base is being invaded by minions, they forced Kashi and Red to just be on the defense. It wasn't the Lord completely taking them out for this objective take. Mongolia completely securing this way, even an eye for the base of Kazakhstan. And for this point, they never had a chance, and Mongolia is moving forward to the lower brackets.